to another final table of IPC Megastacks 2022. This is 15K mystery bounty. We saw a total of 105 entries, so the prize pool is 10.5 lakhs and the bounty pool is 5.25 lakhs. Total 14 places were paid, and now we are down to our final 8 finalists. The winner will take home 3.14 lakhs and the bounty. The grand bounty is of 1.57 lakhs, and now let's welcome our 8 finalists. On seat number 1, we have our chip leader Vivek Singh. On seat 2, Abhishek Jain, lowest in chips. Seat 3, Harshad Barve. Seat 4, we have Faiz Alam. Seat 5, Avijit Jaiswal. Seat 6, we have Yuvraj Singh. Seat 7, Sarla Ramakrishna. And on seat 8, we have Vikas Shah. So all the best, guys. The mystery thing will make it more exciting. I can't wait to watch this game. Over to our commentators.
And we are live here from the India Poker Championship Megastacks. We are now bringing the live stream of the 15,000 buy-in mystery bounty tournament for you guys. I just wanted to quickly reiterate the fact that we are 105 entries today, making the total prize pool of 10,05,000. And we also have a separate prize pool for the bounty. This is me, Prajit Gambhir. This is Akshay Kapoor with me, my friend and co-commentator. Can you explain everybody what this mystery bounty is? What's the mystery behind this entire thing?
So basically, the mystery part starts when you are in the money. So when you are in the money and somebody knocks you out, he gets to pick an envelope which has a certain amount to it. So that certain amount decides how much money you are going to get regardless of anything. So let's say if I knock, for example, if I knock you out in the money, I would get an envelope. And in this tournament, the maximum bounty, the mystery bounty that we have is about 1,57,000, you know.
Sure. Let's cut on to the live action. And we're going to continue this conversation with you guys. Here we have the final 8 players. Who's your favorite?
My favorite is probably going to be Vivek Singh and Faiz Alam, my boys. But I'm really excited because we have a female on this final table, which I'm really excited. We have a content king of India, Yuvraj, on the table as well. Really excited to see Vivek. And we also have Harshad Barve, who's like a fun player. He plays poker, I think, every day now. And he's a force to reckon with.
Absolutely. I mean, we have again a mixed bunch here. Again, folded to the small blind. Harshad with the king deuce off.
We see Faiz Alam on our screen. His second appearance on a final table. He was on a high roller final table a few days back, and he's back at it.
Yes, absolutely. That's his second final table, and this time around letting the 9-5 off go. Harshad taking it down with the king deuce off and chipping up to 444,000. For the viewers, the blinds are at 6,000, 12,000 with a 12,000 big blind ante. And this is the 15,000 buy-in mystery bounty tournament. We have a lot of money to be played for and a lot of bounty money to be played for as well. At this point in time, the top 8 players have racked in and confirmed a payout of 35,700, and the top prize is of 3,14,900. But listen, don't go for these numbers. There's a lot of bounty money still in the other pool, which Akshay is going to explain to you guys.
So we still have a grand bounty that is yet to be picked, which is, as I said before, 1,57,000. I believe there's another bounty which is 97,100, which is also not to be picked yet.
Yeah.
I think Vivek has already picked a 58,300 bounty, and there has been some few minimum bounties that has been picked.
Yes, there's, I believe, a 24,000 bounty and a 20,000 bounty, along with, I believe, a 15,800 bounty have already been picked. We may be wrong, but we will confirm. So there are a bunch of other bounties in terms of value still left. If we can show that to you in graphics, we would love to shoot that graphic out for you guys as well. But at this point in time, this tournament is going to progress. Similarly, there is going to be ICM involved. Okay, Abhishek from cutoff has gone all in. He has the shortest stack of somewhere close to 12 big blinds. Then Harshad on the dealer button with king 10.
The exciting thing about this final table project is that if you knock out somebody, you get the pay jump, and also on top
Absolutely.
of that, you get the bounty,
Absolutely.
which is a crazy value for all the players.
And the funny thing about this tournament could also be that the player who comes maybe second or third but has busted out a lot more players and been able to accumulate more bounties could actually end up winning more than the first prize, right? So you'd see a lot of players making a little bit of a loose call here and there, a little bit of a wider call than their regular tournaments in order to gain more money through the bounty prize pool.
There's a different formula which gets involved when you are doing some bounty calculation. It depends on your starting stack, what the bounty is worth. There are a lot of multiple elements to that, which I won't go too deep in it. Basically, that means you need less equity to call off a jam. So
Yeah.
because you're incentivized in both ways,
Yeah.
the pay jump way, also the bounty way.
Yeah, and also sometimes the pay jumps are not big enough. So if you see the pay jump from 8th to 7th, it's only 6,000. 7th to 6th, it's only 7,000. 6th to 5th is only 10,000. Whereas the minimum value attached to a bounty right now is 12,300, and the maximum bounty is of 1,57,000. So why won't somebody try to bust someone out
Yeah.
with a loser call because they have a huge upside? Now Fairs on the small blind has picked up a hand. He has Abhishek absolutely dominated, but he has to call another 1,45,000 chips. He lets it pass. Bit surprising here. I was expecting a little more action there. A call against a late position jam.
Definitely a miss spot there by Faz Alam because our shorter stacks is going to be jamming quite a bit, and Faz had a medium ace that he could have made the call.
Absolutely.
He had him covered. Although if he didn't cover him, then I could understand
Yeah.
that fold a little bit. But
Yeah.
if he's covering the person, I feel like he could have given that call.
Absolutely. You get the pay jump. You also get the chance to win a big bounty there. You put yourself in a position to make some extra money.
And
Small,
look,
big. All in clear.
Sarala from under the gun going all in with ace 5 of clubs.
Fold.
King Jack with Vivek there. He has a massive chip stack. I think he'd love to go for this bounty here for sure. King and Jack.
Fold.
He has folded it.
I believe he's too early to make that call, considering Harshad has a good stack behind him.
Wouldn't it be difficult for Harshad to be messing around with the chip leader considering he's second in chips? And he also has a 2-1 chip deficit to Vivek there.
It all depends on what ranges you put your opponents on and
Yeah.
what their calling range is. If the calling range is tight, you can make these calls. But if they're going to call you quite wide, then you need to adjust and fold in those positions. I feel like if Harshal wasn't sitting behind Vivek would have made that call. A little information about Harshad Barve. He's a business person, business owner. He has a business and he's been playing this game since 2010. I see him play every day on the online felts on Spartan Poker. Do you have any
What's his
thoughts
ID?
on what's his ID? His ID is oh my god Luckbox.
Oh, that one.
OMG.
You can see him. He's looking sharp. I don't know if he's a luck box or not, but he's for surely skilled. That's the reason why he's made it this far on to this final table. I was actually playing with him for a very long time when I was in this tournament. I finished 14th and he was on my table the final hour or so. And he picked up some good hands, also made some good moves. Chipped up and now he's on the final table.
And I feel I believe Sarla won her ticket through some Gutshot promotion.
Yes, she was a raffle winner. She got a buy-in worth 15,000 sponsored by Gutshot. Three lucky winners got that, and she's one of them. And look at that, she's made excellent use of that opportunity, and she's now on the final table. With that, the blinds have increased to 10,000, 15,000 with the 15,000 big blind ante. making the stacks even more shallower. There we see Harshad on the hijack with Jack 9 off.
Raise 35.
He's got 30 big blinds, a lot of playability there. Fair's getting out of the way with his King 9.
Praji, you asked me who was my favorite pair from this table. What about you? Who are you going to pick?
I mean, it's a very difficult choice at this point in time, but since you've already picked the guy with the largest stack, I'm most likely going to go with, let's say, Fez, your boy. He's skilled. He's also made it to the final table previously of the high roller, and now it's another chance of maybe redeeming that maybe third or fourth position. I think he finished third or fourth in that tournament. It's about time that
Finished
he maybe
third in the high roller for like 16 lakhs.
yeah, and now he'd like to maybe sum up this tournament series by getting a trophy.
Check.
It's hand between Yuvraj and Harshad. Yuvraj actually has Harshad covered here, and he has a gut shot with a gut shot straight draw. And a 3 would help him. He's also got the backdoor clubs in his favor, but Harshad at this point in time has connected with the board on that Jack 9. He's made a pair of jacks, and Yuvraj not going anywhere. Making that call.
Yuvraj Singh wearing Gucci tracksuit, I believe.
Yeah. And let's see what the turn card is. Is a 3. He gets there. Look at that.
Check.
The king of entertainment. The doctor. And 9 is going to be an excellent card. Now here is Yuvraj going to lead out from the small blind to get some value there. I'm pretty sure he is, because he is going to be targeting those Jack X's, some other smaller pocket pairs sometimes. This point in time, he has the nuts on this board. He's got 5-4.
The doctor has the goods here.
Yep. I just want to see what sizing he chooses.
57,000.
He's put in 57,000 into a pot of 1,50,000.
57,000.
It's not an easy fold for Harshad here, because Harshad needs to understand if this is a bluff or a value bet. And if it's a value, what is he value betting me with? Does he have an ace on the big blind that he does plays that way? Does he just call with an ace and then check the turn and then lead out on the river? Yes, he's going to play his ace X's that way as well. But is he doing this with a weaker jack? Would he ever convert his pair of deuces or 3s into a bluff?
There are also some misdraws as well, like Queen
Yeah.
10. Queen 10 is there. King Queen is there. That
King 10
flats
as
from the
well,
small
yeah.
blind facing a hijack open.
Yeah, King 10 as well. He
Call
gets the
for
call. That's it. I mean, that's one of those areas where you have to. You're forced to basically call, and with that, Yuvraj has chipped up, and he's now up to 936,000 chips. Wow. And Arshad takes a big dent to his stack. He's moved. He was close to 450,000 before he got into this spot, and after involving himself with this Jack 9 off, he's now dwindled down to 327,000 chips.
Yuvraj Singh just laid out too good of odds for Harshad to fold there. 30% on the river.
Yeah, there you can see we've got two stacks which have really separated themselves from everyone else, and Yuvraj has now become the chip leader. His stack is bigger than Vivek as well now.
Raise 30,000.
For those who are tuning in, you're watching Indian Poker Championship Megastacks. This is day 5. We are live from Casino Vegas here in Chapa.
4.
And we see Vivek Singh opening pocket sixes from under the gun, being the chip leader of this
Abhijit
bounty
on
event.
cutoff. He has a suited ace. He has a very short stack of 10 big blinds. He's thinking. I mean, the only play that he had there was to go all in. He really can't be flatting with a 10 big blind stack there. Yuvraj folded his 3 deuce from the button.
Also, he doesn't have that much of a fold equity considering it's a bounty event, and Vivek is opening from early position, so he's supposed to be tight there.
Yeah. There we have it. The payouts. Everyone's locked in. 35,700 41,000 for 7th position, 48, 58, 76, 1,16,000 for 3rd, 194 for the 2nd, and upwards of 3 lakh for the 1st position.
Small.
So our big blind, Mr. Vivek Singh, is 30 years old, a professional poker player, and he's been playing this game since 2011. And his biggest win is coming from FTS High Roller, and he has multiple achievements. I would say he's been a milli winner, a HR FTS winner. He's won like
Basically done it all.
Yeah, he's done it all.
And he's got his eyes set on this mystery bounty tournament as well.
Fold. Fold. Fold.
We see Faz mentioning that it was a very close between a call or a fold when he was facing an all-in by a smaller stack there.
आपका इनकम नहीं क्या स्पार्टन में क्या आपका इनकम सो जाओ आपका पायरेट में
Option.
okay yeah I know that
Abhi you put less volume. Earlier you used to play regularly.
I'm running really bad on lanes from the past after shipping the millionaire it's been really bad for me
35,000.
Vivek Singh waking up with pocket rockets in the big blind, facing a limp from small blind. He decides to ISO, and I believe Vikash is not going anywhere with Queen 6 suited. Well,
He's quickly folded. I mean, he's got a very short stack there. So I don't know, limp calling would it be that profitable? I think his ideal scenario would, with that kind of stack depth, with about 8 big blinds, should be just ripping it in on his own, right? With his Queen 6 suited, it's a very strong hand to do that with. But then limp folding basically means you're bleeding a lot.
that's what I
but
thought, you know.
Yeah, so
Like
there's no limp call there. It's either a limp jam or just rip it in. But I think the most profitable approach or line that he could have adopted in his hand was just jamming small blind.
I mean, he can't really limp jam with Queen 6
Yeah,
suited there.
he can't.
So I
So
think he should have jammed here.
jammed
like
on
he's
his
got
own,
8
yeah.
bigs.
So when you're not limp calling, when you're not limp jamming, so you just want to just, limp folding is wasting your chips there,
Yeah.
especially when somebody covers you.
Fold.
especially on the final table.
Yeah. We've just been told by our production team that we're going to have the chips
Chip
chipped
up.
up. Yeah. And that'll happen right after this hand. You can see the tournament director there standing behind. That doesn't usually take a long period, but it's a process that where the lower denominations in terms of the chips are kind of removed from the tournament because the blinds are such. The blinds are at 10,000, 15,000, right?
They're all in.
So you don't require 1,000 denomination chips there at all. Sarala here from cutoff has jammed king, queen off.
Fold.
Does anybody want her bounty? She's got less than 10 big blinds.
Fold.
Vivek does not have anything on the small blind to call with. And Abhishek himself is actually
Fold.
card dead with this jack 5 off.
I really like that Sarla has decided to just move all in quickly, not wasting any time. She knows what she's supposed to do with her holding and just not wasting anyone's time. They are jamming quickly.
No, I've played today. I played with her. She was on my table. The first table that I got allotted with, Sarla was on that table, and she's fairly aggressive. At that point in time, she was the table chip leader, and she did not give away the table chip lead at all. I was in a couple of pots with her. I lost one and I won one, but other than that, she was quite dominant when it came to the table. She was quite aggressive with her betting style, and she picked up some hands. She made some moves, and her stack was pretty significant. So I'm actually not surprised to see her on the final table.
35.
We
There
see
you can see.
1k chips getting chipped up, I guess.
Absolutely. The red chips are the 1000 chips, and as we just discussed, that they won't really be required.
And the bowl that you see in your screens is like the mystery bounty ball. Basically, players are going to pick the cards and they'll be able to find how much money they're going to go home with, which will
Absolutely.
be guaranteed.
And you would also know, because we're going to do that live on the stream, so you'd know who's won what, and that is when somebody starts busting someone. At this point in time, we've not really seen anyone go for the bust out. That is the zoomed in view of the bowl which has mystery bundles. Don't confuse those slips of paper in there. They're actually small black colored envelopes with cards which have a value written on them. So these players, whoever busts somebody out, will get the opportunity to pull out a card.
Rachit, if I'm on this table, if I'm the shortest stack, you know what I'm doing? I'm running with that ball straight to my home.
Yeah, and then you'll have other 7 people running behind you. That's the HMC Hotel, the drone view, the overview of the hotel, the beautiful pool. We actually had a pool party organized here by the Spartan Poker team. There you see the casino attached with the hotel. It's a beautiful property here in Jhapa, Nepal. Beautiful casino, Vegas by Big Daddy here. I mean, it's just every single thing when it comes to organization here. Even the production and streaming is just on point.
Also, Prajit, I would like to mention, while I was coming today for the commentary, I was talking to my cab driver and he was telling me the goods that this casino has brought for the Nepal and the Nepal people. Like, there are so many jobs that this casino has created, and even like the locals are really happy that people are coming and traveling to Nepal, playing in the casino.
Which is just brilliant, right? And
Yeah.
in a place like Jhapa, which is not like Kathmandu, right? Because you see a lot of casinos in Kathmandu, but here in Jhapa, this is the only casino, if I'm not mistaken. There could be others, but this is a beautiful casino for somebody traveling to Nepal. It's drivable distance from, Bagdogra airport. We all landed at Bagdogra. I flew in from Delhi, even Akshay flew in from Delhi, and it was just a 1-hour drive. With that, under the gun, +1, Avijit.
Yeah. Still
Would be
trying
risky.
to forget my missed flight.
Yeah, I hope you've...
Catch the next one.
Yeah, listen, we're going for that flight together, so
Together?
I'll make sure we check out of the hotel, and
Well, we were
if you're late, I would definitely leave.
Well,
you
we were
behind
supposed to go together for the
for
first
that one as well, but
You
I mean,
it was all planned, guys. Prajit wanted me to miss that flight.
he goes all in. It's a little bit of deliberation there with his ace king,
Fold.
and Yuvraj folded his 5-2s real quick. No time wasted there.
Fold.
Jack 8 with Sarala. Vivek with the king 5 on the button, letting it go.
Harshit can be really, really, really light here, considering he covers Faz.
Oh, he has a queen jack, and he lets it go from the big blind. No?
I think
Oh,
he
no.
asked for a count.
He's asked for a count. The graphics were wrong,
Call on
and
your
he
back.
has made the call. It's Ace King versus Queen Jack. It's one of those 65-35% spots, and it's Avijit at risk to be eliminated in 8th position, and they both have life cards at this point in time. And Harshad is going to become the short stack if he loses this, but if he wins this, he's going to get a chance to pick up some more bounties for himself. Let's see the board. It's a 9-high board with 2 hearts. No help for the Queen Jack. Ace King still ahead, 80% favorite to win. 7 of hearts. Now the Queen and Jack of hearts also do not help Harshad, because Avijit has the Ace of hearts in his hand, and the 6 means that Avijit has doubled up. You could see a sigh of relief. He could breathe now, and with that, Harshad's become the short stack on the table. He may still not be the shortest, but he's now down to about 11 big blinds.
I mean, Prajit, like if you finish third, you're gonna go home with like 1,16,000. But if you knock somebody out, you have a very good chance to pick that grand bounty of 1,57,000.
Which is really close to the 3rd position prize.
Yeah, like it's very, very close.
Small big.
It's actually right between the 3rd and 2nd position prize there. 2nd is 1,94,000. I mean,
What do you have to say about Yuvraj Gair? rocking up with the
Absolutely, he's been
Gucci
relentless.
gang.
Yeah, he's been playing all the tournaments, and this time around you see him having a deep run. He's on the final table. By the way, he's the one who busted me out with his pocket queens. I jammed my ace 5 suited with 8 big blinds from under the gun, and he woke up with queens. Couldn't do much.
Got a triple up there. You got a triple up there. We saw.
Yeah,
I believe Harshad called also.
Yes, Harshad called behind with his queen jack, and he got a full double up from Harshad, and he covered me, so he took my chips as well, and that's the reason why he's there.
And we have you in the commentary
Yeah.
booth.
Otherwise, he would have been in the commentary booth, and I would have been sitting there if I'd gotten a triple up. But listen, can't really discuss what happened in the past. Could have, should have, would have. Doesn't really matter in poker. The reality is Vivek has jammed from cutoff with his deuces, and he covers everyone, knowing that Harshad is a short stack as well now. Abhishek Jain letting it go. Harshad, the 10-6 off, folding that hand. We have Fez with the king 9 on the big blind, quickly getting out of the way. Vivek accumulating chips. It's actually a good thing for him that Harshad's lost that pot. It basically clears out his route a little more. He's going to find it much more easier to maneuver this final table.
Like Vivek from worst seat gets the best seat now when Harshad loses his stack, because now Yuvraj, I believe, is either the chip leader or the second chip leader, and Vivek has position on him, and so when Yuvraj folds, Vivek can really afford to make those light calls and go for those bounties.
Yuvraj, king jack under the gun. He's got about 62 big blinds. Folding it under the gun.
Fold.
Vikas going all in for his remaining 1,15,000 chips
Fold.
with a pocket pair. And Abhishek has woken up with ace queen here. I really don't think he's got any other play here but to rejam there. He has Vikas covered, and this could be a prime opportunity for a
Second
short
player all in.
stack to win a bounty. He would
And-
never let that go.
And we would get to see that bounty getting picked out live.
Yeah. Let's see what happens now. Fez also has an ace 8 there. Is Fez getting tempted to play for this bounty? Listen, he's already folded an ace 8 against Abhishek's jam. I don't see him calling with an ace 8 there.
Fold.
All right.
On your back.
On your backs, ace queen versus pocket fives. Vikas at risk, and Abhishek could really chip up to have a very significantly decent stack here. And we could see our first bust out and our first bounty draw. 9-9-10 board. It's actually not a bad board for pocket queens there, because the 10 would just counterfeit the pocket fives.
It's not bad flop for pocket fives either.
Yeah. What do we have?
It doesn't seem a
It's
good
a 10.
card.
A 5 is going to help, and a 5 only. Listen, I think... And a 10 is also going to help, or a 9.
Well, a 10 will chop it up, a 9 will chop it up. So
but the 5 is going to be a strictly one-person win, and that's really, really hard. A 10-10-9 board really proving out to be a good board for the pocket, for the ace queen. Now, this is the moment where Abhishek chips up to 2,96,000, but he needs to be a little more excited about the fact that he's going to stand up and then come and pull the bounty chit out, and we'll all get to know what he's won in hard cash.
he is gonna be really hoping that he picks a grand bounty, which is like the exciting part.
Yeah. Well, look at him. He's more excited about the bounty because he hasn't stacked up his chips. He's gonna have to get the bounty, and we have the tournament director right there.
Alrighty.
All right, he goes in, gets one card out.
He has to show it.
Wow. Highest bounty. Yeah, he get a grand bounty.
He's gotten the grand
And
bounty. Oh my God! That grand bounty is worth 1,57,400, guys. Listen, he just won 1,57,400. 400, and he also chipped up, and he's also guaranteed 41,000 here. That's exactly why you need to start going for these bounties. That's
Yep.
exactly why you need to take these chances. And listen, he woke up with ace queen, 9 9 10 board, another 10, and then an 8, counterfeiting the pocket fives, beating them the hard way, and just going ahead. His look hasn't really changed. He doesn't really believe what happened here. Picked up a bounty. It could have been 12,000, could have been 13, could have been 15. No,
Could be
sir.
anything.
It's 1,57,400, and with that, he's guaranteed making more money than the third place.
Well,
More money than the third place. So the bounties have so much more value in this tournament. That's exactly what the mystery is about. Wow. Wow. I'm so
He-
happy for him.
he just doesn't want to lose his composure. Maybe that's why we see him so serious, not giving us one smile, one little smile. He was just talking to the table mates, telling them he was running quite bad. But I mean, it's gonna change today, I guess.
Absolutely.
Picking up that grand bounty in his first pick.
Yeah, now Fez, when he looks at the stream, would be
Check.
thinking, if I just called with that ace 8. And that's exactly how poker runs.
Check out bet, sir.
King, Queen 9, the flop. A pair of king for Yuvraj. And
The
the
nuts.
nuts on this board for Abhijit. Oh, what a sick hand. What a sick game poker is. He's got backdoor flush draw as well. He's not dead, but he's got 8% equity, putting in 15,000, 30% bet there.
It's gonna be really hard for Yuvraj to get away with this. They're playing blind on blind, where top pair is actually, considered to be really good, really strong. I hope Abhijit is just gonna smooth call here, which is what he does.
Yes. It's a rainbow board, so he doesn't really have to be worried about anything there. Well,
97 का हो गया ना?
the board pairs up, and it is a spade.
A dynamic turn card,
Yeah.
making that 8% to 28% now.
And this is exactly how equities shift. That's a very good card for Yuvraj to barrel, but I have a feeling that when he puts in a bet here, he's going to see some real strong action coming in from Abhijit. Abhijit may just want to rip it in on this turn.
35,000.
That's a pot size bet. No, I mean, he's actually bet 35,000
Around half pot bet.
pot bet. Taking the pot to 110. I think Abhijit could still call there. He's got a spade blocker with a jack of spades in his hand. But
Yuvraj is showing a lot of strength by betting this turn card when the queen repeats.
yes, makes the
Abhijit
call.
just smooth
Raise.
calling there. Ooh,
He's raised.
125.
So I believe those orange chips that you see are each worth 25,000. You can see 4 of those and 5 of the grayish chips.
they're 5k worth.
They're worth 5k.
Yeah.
Yuvraj is going to see that he has a flush draw along with this top pair. He has about 30% equity in this spot.
I don't think Yuvraj goes anywhere facing this raise, considering that he has top pair, has a flush draw. Even if Abhijit has a queen, he has outs against those
Yes.
holdings.
He's called him all in.
Raise.
He has called him all in, Abhijit, for his tournament live. Listen, we know he's ahead. I think, well, I don't know what. He just quickly makes the
On
call.
your back.
And he's going to see the good news. He's ahead, 70% favorite to win.
All in one.
But a spade.
Yes,
No, all in only 5 lakh. He don't have 5 lakh.
Yeah, all in.
535 raise.
A spade on the river is going to spoil the party for Abhijit. And the river card is a 3 of clubs, and that is another double up for Abhijit there. What a good run he is having. What a brilliant run he's having on this final table. That's the second double up that he's got. He came in with a very short stack double up once, and now he's got a full double up again.
A bit surprising to see Yuvraj electing to going all in with his top pair and a flush draw, considering that when Abhijit decides to raise from the small blind facing a half pot bet, he's going to be really strong there. And if he's bluffing, you really don't want him to actually fold his hand. Well,
Now we have the main event final table bubble there. Siddharth Singhvi, Mr. Punter,
Peter Punter.
and we have Niharika Bindra there. We have Mr. Anand Thakur as well, Thakur ji.
Thakurji
Sumit
from
Sapra.
yesterday.
Siddharth Kripalani, my favorite at this point. I'm putting my money on that man. I don't know what his chip stack is. Raja Shekhar and Aditya Sushant is well on the final
Well,
table.
I'm going to put my money on our boy Sushi.
Of course, it's going to be a tough battle, but ladies and gentlemen, we are going to be streaming the final table live at 1 p.m. tomorrow. Do not miss the action. That's going to be the final stream from the India Poker Championship series that we have. But at this point in time, we are going to concentrate and come back. We're going to come back to the bounty final table. We're down to 7 players on the bounty.
Fold. Player all in.
Harsha decided to go all in with ace-7 off in hijack position, around 10 bigs.
I have my own way of arranging my time. While giving, I will make it 20 and
So 25.
Getting that shove through, Harshad Parve is going to be a very happy man. Picking up those really needed chips on this final table. How was your experience, Prajit, playing this Indian Poker Championship Megastacks? You were defending champion for this very event. I believe you finished 14th.
I mean, yes. I mean, I'm not disappointed at all. Listen, the idea was I'm commentating, but I wanted to play one event for sure. Since you're here, and that bounty event, considering that I was defending the title, was the most apt one for me to play. Got the opportunity, ran deep, came 14th, made it to the final 2 tables. Listen, I couldn't convert it this time around, but nevertheless, the experience was amazing, and now I'm happy having cashed, having come 14th, and now commentating. So get to do everything here.
Joining me in the commentary booth.
Absolutely.
I mean, not a bad way to spend your night, I feel like.
Oh yeah, no, of course not. I'm not complaining at all. Had a good day and a good night.
It's not easy to catch these events. I've even played the main event myself, busted 10 away from the money.
Which is always harsh, right?
Always
I
harsh,
mean,
always harsh.
You run that deep, and then you obviously want that cash
Yeah.
coming in, and it's always like a morale booster. You know what I mean? When you play that, play well, and then you go deep, and then kind of bust very close to the money. It's always tough pill to swallow.
Yep.
But then that's poker. You kind of
You win
learn
some,
from
you
your
lose some.
you learn from it, and it's on to the next one.
Yeah.
Fold. Small, big. Fold. Fold. Fold.
Just got an update of the final 8 players on the main event final table for the India Poker Championship. That was a 2 crore guaranteed event. It's got some 40 lakh plus payout for the first place, and Aditya Sushant has come in with 18 lakh 95,000. Raj Shekhar seems like the shortest stack with 1 lakh 90,000 chips. Siddhant Kriplani with 6 lakh 50,000, 60 lakh 50,000 chips.
45,000.
That's a big stack. And Sumit Sapra
Hold.
with 10 lakh 25,000. Thakur Anand Mohan, Thakur Ji with 13 lakh 65,000. Niharika Bindra with 5 lakh 95. And
Raju Bhaiya.
Raju with 11 lakh 80,000 and Siddharth Singh V. Peter Punter with 9 lakh 10,000. It is going to be an action-packed final table with a bunch of pros. And it's something that I'm looking forward to and you guys should not miss. And the live stream will happen at 1 p.m. tomorrow. So do not miss the live stream, guys. The main event. Here we have action brewing. A raise to 45,000 from Yuvraj. From cutoff and on small blind, Vivek has woken up with King Jack. Is he opting a 3-bet? Yes, he is. He's re-raised
155.
to 1,55,000.
Choosing to bluff with his King Jack off from small blind.
And Abhishek has woken up with
All in.
They're all
Ace
in.
Queen. What a beautiful read of the game he has right now. He had the Ace Queen last time when he knocked out.
I think he's priced in to call Abhijit Jam, but it all depends on Yuvraj. If Yuvraj comes on the top,
And even the last time it was Ace Queen versus Pocket Fives, for the Ace Queen counterfeited the Pocket Fives and the Fives have gone. Yeah, now he'll have to call.
I think he has to make that call considering there is bounty attached.
Oh, it's
To
a
Abhishek.
snap call
Yeah.
there.
He's just making sure how much it is.
Yeah.
Once he knows the
Yeah.
amount that he has to put in,
Absolutely.
I think he's gonna make that call.
Absolutely. I mean, it's going to be a very easy decision for him. He just wants to make sure what's the total count because he's already 3-bet.
Yeah.
He has to put in 1 lakh 26,000 more and he realizes
Quick
that
call.
and quickly makes that call.
Mm,
On your backs, it's King Jack versus Ace Queen this time around.
65-35
For a
one more
bounty.
time.
Yes. And Ace Queen is ahead.
5 on the flop.
Oh, that'll be sick. That'll be sick. Can we see the flop?
Welcome to the mystery event where the flop is also mystery at times.
It's a ace. It's an ace 4-7. And that's it. And that is it. And that's another double up.
275.
Oh, wow.
Yes, sir.
The short stacks are just on a roll on this final table. They just don't want to leave. They're resilient. This man has doubled up twice. Like first round, he didn't fully double up in the last hand. He picked up a lot of chips and now he's fully doubled up here. And let's not forget, he also had the massive grand bounty worth 1,57,000 locked in. That's something that nobody will be able to take away from him.
Yep. And now he has a stack that he can give a fight to other players as well.
Yeah.
Still
He's
very
also somebody
serious.
who was on my table. He busted in maybe level 7 or level 8 and he took a re-entry there quite late in the tournament and managed to just run it up. And now he's on the final table. You
Now
know
he's
how
a
things can
fighter.
change.
हैंड पे बात आता हूँ
Small, big.
With the short stacks doubling up, you know, the stack distribution is such that the medium strength stacks, the medium stacks are now kind of close to short.
Blind.
King 10, Abhijit.
Beautiful
Yes,
hand.
sir. 20,000 to call. Raise 40,000.
Abhijit raising it to 40,000 with his King 10 of diamonds. Yuvraj folding, Sarala folding. Action on Vivek with the ace 8 deuce.
Fold.
एक हैंड बड़ा हार गया मैं देखा
Abhishek Jain on the small blind with pocket threes.
Call.
And Harshad with the ace queen is he's ripping it. He's gonna rip it here. All day, every day he's ripping it.
The interesting thing that we might have to see it, what Avijit decides to do. Does he decide to call? Does he decide to jam? Or does he
Yeah.
decide
All
to
in.
fold here?
Harshad has gone all in with his ace queen. Now, while he was opening, he should have known that Harshad's on the big blind with a short stack.
Just 180.
And Harshad could be doing this with a wide range of hands, the way it's been played, because it's an open, a flat call from the small blind. Massive value, massive dead money in the pot for Harshad, and just ripping it in now. He's at the top of his range right now, but he could have been doing this with a much weaker hand as well.
Yep.
He makes the call.
I don't think Abhishek is
Yeah.
going anywhere, considering he's getting really good odds. Well,
No, I mean, he's
I
left,
am been
left his,
proven wrong one more time.
He didn't want to maybe set mine there with his threes, and he's also assuming that when there's a call, there could be a pocket pair that's better than threes as well, right? So, and fact that he's doubled up twice.
I
he
still
just-
feel like he's getting the odds to call there with pocket threes. I don't think Abhijit is going to bluff in a
Lock
like a
pot.
dead
Yeah.
pot. Yeah.
The board is ace queen versus king 10, and let's see the flop. Oh, there's a spade on the turn.
There's a 3 on the board as well.
Yep. What a sick run out this would have been in general. Queen pair, king pair, 3, a set of threes. He needs a spade and a spade only, and Harshad is out of this tournament. That's hard luck all the way, but with that we have Avijit chipping up to 885,000, and he's going to pick up the bounty now.
फ्लॉप पे जाता क्रेजी है
177.
With that, we have lost Harshad in 7th position. He has taken back home 41,000 with him. And everyone is now guaranteed 48,300 on this table.
We might have to get TD away from the
Yeah.
camera so that we can see how much he has won.
Standing right in front of the camera. And that is a 20,500.
अरे अब तो बस वही बचे हैं बचे ही उसमें हुए हैं उसमें भी तुमने ज़्यादा निकाला है जो बचे हैं उससे ज़्यादा निकाला तुमने
I still feel like there's a 97,000 bounty that is still left.
एक बच्चे
Yes.
63 वाला शायद बचा है कि 63 64 था ना
वो देखिए पीछे ही दिख रहा है
मैं बिल्कुल ही उल्टा पड़ रहा है
नहीं नहीं मेरा स्मॉल ब्लाइंड
Small dad.
वैसे एक मिनट
This bounty was worth 17,900, we've just been told.
स्मॉल ब्लाइंड पहले से ठीक है तो मेरा बिग ब्लाइंड ही मिस हो रहा है ना प्रॉब्लम क्या है तो मेरे को प्रॉब्लम नहीं किसी और को है
That's the 17,900 written.
40,000.
That's the bounty card. He's guaranteed that amount. And also 48,300 has been locked in by all the players because 6th place is paid 48,300. She's actually right, but he does shuffle. But she has picked up Jack 6 a bunch of times.
हमको सेम कार्ड मिलता है
RFD deck.
He's like मैं क्या करूँ बॉस मैं तो shuffle कर रहा हूँ वो कार्ड
But one thing about poker is a lot of people who pick up the same cards think that the dealer isn't shuffling, but if you really think about it, you will only be dealt the same cards if he does shuffle. If your two cards,
or
Jack and
back.
6, are put
Check.
straight back into the deck, they would be dealt to two separate players and you would not pick up Jack 6 again. So he is actually shuffling. It's just slightly bad luck for you to be picking up Jack 6 again and again. It's Queen 10 versus King 4.
30,000.
Sally losing Harshad Bave, I believe, in 6th position.
In 7th position.
In 7th position.
We're down to 6 players now. He took back 41,000 for that 7th position spot, along with any bounties that he would have secured.
Praj, I gotta be really honest with you. I really want to see, automatic shuffler machines being installed in India. They
Yes.
speed up the game to
A lot.
immense level, and then
They have
we might
multiple
not see
decks.
and they've got 2 decks, and we might not see, players complaining that they're getting the same card because the dealer is not shuffling.
Actually, that's a very, very, very good point and a very good thought there, and I fully understand and I fully agree with it because that takes the game to another level and it reduces the load on the dealer and it really quickens the game up. We can see a lot more action, a lot more cards being dealt, and
Small,
it's just good for viewership, good for the players, and easier for the dealers. Makes more sense. Multiple decks being played for, and Hopefully that should be initiated at sometime soon. The blinds have gone up to 10,000, 20,000, or 20,000 big blind ante for this particular tournament. The blind levels are of 20 minutes.
Fold.
Vivek with ace queen now. He's lost some significant chips. Would like to get some chips back with this hand. Hijack
40,000.
opening to 40,000 with his ace queen.
Vivek Singh, also known as Kasol Heights on Spartan Poker. Poker Guru.
Yeah, must be in love with Kasol. I'm
Well,
guessing. Parvati Valley.
a really chilled out guy. I've spoken to him multiple times, online, live, and just a brilliant guy.
Call.
Avijit defending the big blind with his ace 5. He does not want to see an ace high board, but
Check or bet, sir.
that's a pretty bad board for ace 5, defending from the big blind. Vivek has a gut shot. He also has 2 overcards, and that's a pretty decent board for him, considering the range advantage he has against the big blind's range. He's going to put in a small bet and most likely take this spot down, in my opinion.
I won't be surprised if Vivek just puts in 1 or 2 big blinds here.
35,000.
Yeah, he's put in less than 2 big blinds there, and a small bet does the job most likely in these situations. You don't really have to leverage a big chunk of your stack to get a fold out of your opponent, because your opponent is going to have all sorts of 2 cards, and a small bet most likely do it unless Avijit decides to float.
I think
with a plan.
he can float here
Yeah.
because Vivek is opening from hijack and he's not opening from the early position, but he decides to be on the conservative route and decides to fold.
Yeah, I mean, floating is an option there, but unless and until you have a really strong plan, after you
15,000,
float, it becomes very difficult there. And Vivek just chipping up and picking some chips up with that particular hand, moving up to 7,50,000.
Prajit, there are 2 roads always. One road, which is a straight road, where you will definitely lose something. Then we have a curve road, where there's a chance that you'll win some chips, but you got to make those
Yeah.
moves. He decides to pick up the straight road, take the conservative route.
Absolutely.
Small
We
bet.
see Vivek staring his opponents, trying to scare them with the shades, with his stare. Well, she hasn't got Jack 6 this time.
It's worse.
Fold.
It's a 7-3. There you see the gut shot badging on her t-shirt.
I'm really happy to see the
Raise
brands
50,000.
giving these patches for the players, promoting the game, promoting the brand, promoting the players.
Absolutely. Queen 10
Clear all in.
raised to 50,000 by Vivek, and Fairs has jammed with his ace 6 suited.
Fold.
Is the blinds have gone up to 15,000, 25,000, or 25,000 big blind ante, and Vivek
Has to put in
has
8
already
bigs.
put in 2 bigs and has to call another 6 bigs there.
6 bigs. Wow. 8 big.
8 bigs is the total jam, and
Yeah.
and Vivek has basically already committed
5,000.
2 big blinds. Let's not forget there's a big blind ante
Total 2,05,000.
and a big blind and a small blind already in the pot. He has to put in 150 more to win 324. He's
getting
better
the odds
than,
to call
yeah,
here.
better than 3-1. He needs about 33% equity there some of the times, and
Yes, sir.
and
Even
he
less
has
in the bounty
yeah
game, I
yeah,
believe.
and he has 45% equity there, and then considering the bounty and the money attached to it, he requires a lot less equity. So this, when he does the calculation, he would make the call, and that's exactly what happens here. And he's going to see the good news that he's not that bad. He's not doing
Yeah.
that bad. He's got 45% equity and the chance to win some hard cash.
Well, either he develops his friend or knocks him out.
Absolutely. Queen 10 versus Ace King. Faiz Alam at risk on another final table. The board is Queen High. That is not good news for Faiz Alam, and it does not have a heart at all. Faiz actually asking for a 5. Some sweat. No, there is no sweat. An ace and an ace only. On the river. Can he hit it?
पिलाया 5 टर्न पिलाया
That's not to be. It is a 5 of hearts on the river, and with that, we have to say bye to Faiz Alam. Listen, there was his second final table in a series where he's played 4 tournaments. That is commendable.
Yep.
We can't take anything away from this man. He made it to the final table of the higher roller, came third. This time around, he's come sixth and he's cashed 48,300. And with this, Vivek has chipped up to become the chip leader, and he has 1,000,000 chips now. And he's walking towards the bounty prize pool. And let's see what he picks out.
Look how serious he is.
Yeah.
He looks like, he reminds me of a guy from like a hair of wearing the shades, not showing.
Oh, he's taking it back home with himself. That's a 15,800 worth of bounty. 15,800. Well, he's not complaining. That's worth a single buy-in of this tournament.
Well,
he literally got his buy-in back.
Free rolling
And
the
now they're
tournament
all
now.
and he's all and he must have won a couple of more bounties previously as well, because he was the chip leader on this table. So now we're down to 5 players, and every player is guaranteed 58,800 big bucks now.
I believe Vivek has already won a bounty worth 58,300 earlier.
ब्लू टी-शर्ट तू भी हो गया या तो विवेक ने ओपन किया मैंने 6 फीट वर्थ
25,000 took also.
A bit optimistic jam there by Faz Alam, I feel like, because Vivek is literally going to call quite wide there,
Yes.
considering he only needs to put 6 big blinds.
Yes, and then with any two, he'll have close to 40% equity there, right?
Where's 50?
And it's
he
also
only
not a
needs around
very
25%.
yes. I mean, so he should have known that there's very little fold equity there, and he could have, considering the bounty math, could have waited maybe for a better ace X there. Because ace 10 is a snap jam there, and you know that you're going to most likely be ahead of Vivek's calling range, because it's wide. But with that ace 6, you kind of are not sure, and it's going to be a 50-50 spot at least. So maybe you want to take that chance. No worries.
Abhishek Jain is here to play 3-betting with ace 3 off, and we see Avijit waking up with pocket 10s, and I feel like we're going to see some fireworks, Prajit.
Wow, I mean,
You got a 4-bet here.
Yeah, we're going to most likely see a 4-bet, but Abhishek Jain, for his sake, knows for a fact that it's a 3-bet bluff, and I really don't see him continuing against a 4-bet, which is a cold 4-bet in this spot, because just flat calling with 10s and cold calling with 10s there.
You got a 4-bet here.
Yeah.
Definitely. You're playing like 5-handed, 6-handed table.
It's now down to 5 players and
5-handed.
pocket 10s.
You got a 4-bet this hand, because Abhishek's gonna be waking. Abhishek's gonna be 3-betting a lot, considering Vivek has opened from early position, who's our chip leader.
375
And you're ahead of so many hands. You're ahead of ace queen, ace jack, kings. Not sorry, kings, ace king, pocket 9s, pocket 8s,
Yes,
ace 5 suited,
absolutely.
ace 5, ace 4 suited.
And
ace
let's
3
not
off.
forget all the bluffs.
Yep.
Fold.
He let his 10s go there.
Fold.
Well, he maybe gave a lot of credit to Vivek and Abhishek there, especially Vivek opening from under the gun, but it's a 5-handed under the gun, which is essentially not the same ranges as an 8-handed table. Slightly surprising play with those pocket 10s. Now we're just going to quickly cut out to the bust out interviews, guys. Let's have a look.
Hi guys, so here we are with Mr. Vikasha, our first elimination from 15K mystery bounty. So tell us about your whole experience in IPC, how it was.
It was great, fine. Didn't see so many entries here anytime, so it was great playing. And it was fun tournament playing this short turbo tournament. Fine.
So how do you think is mystery bounty different from the normal bounty? Which one do you think is more fun to play?
More fun, I think so. Normal bounty is the more fun.
It's more fun.
Yeah.
So since we're back to Nepal after 2 years, what do you have to say about the whole venue and the vibe of the place? How do you like it?
This is the new place, I think so, and this first time we are here to play. So it was fun, nice, cool place to stay.
All right. Thank you so much, Vikash. Thank you for having it. Thank you.
We're having another bust out interview. There's this smart man, Harshad.
Arshad Bhave, smart, sharp-looking
Fold.
businessman,
Yeah.
ladies and gentlemen.
ग्रेस का स्टैक आपके पास 6 है या 7 है? 7 7 और ये
Vivek versus Avijit. The battle of the big stacks.
Vivek going post flop with a dominated hand.
Queen 7-8 board.
I'm muting you.
It's a 9-5 deuce.
Check or back
Absolute dry board.
I can
Rainbow.
tell you, if Avijit decides
But-
to bet this flop, we will see a check raise by Vivek.
Yeah, we could because he has a gut shot there.
Yep.
And that board is not bad for his range.
And Vivek is a regressive player. He would sense the weakness that Avijit will show on the
35,000.
flop. He bets really small, around 20%, I feel like.
Yeah,
This
about
is,
25% there on the flop.
This is definitely going upstairs, Prajit. Somewhere around 85, maybe.
Yeah, any raise I think would get the job done. Avijit doesn't really have much except for an overcard and a backdoor. But at this point in time, if he knew
Raise.
that he was ahead,
1,10,000.
he's gone big.
Goes for a
Expect
bigger
1,10,000.
raise than I thought he would. Avijit is left with nothing but a queen high on a board of 9-5 deuce. Vivek rightly sensing the weakness in Avijit's holding.
Call.
Well-
And Avijit with a very crazy play here. We have to give him respect for this. He knows he's ahead and he's just called. And that
Check
4,
out that.
again, a very good card for Vivek's range and is not going to help Avijit. But Vivek can't help but think that does Avijit have an overpair here? Does an overpair just call the raise or just rip it in on the flop? But he doesn't.
It all depends on what overpair you have. Like if you have aces, kings, queens, you just want to flat a check raise by the big blind. But if you have like a hand like tens, jacks, you want to come
Yeah.
over the top.
Yeah.
So I mean, Avijit can really have queens, kings, and aces,
Absolutely, in
and he
his
has a
range.
queen blocker, and he has some evil plans. I feel like for Vivek,
Definitely has some evil plans here.
but
Vivek
Vivek
also
is
not slowing down. I think this bet should get it done. I'd be surprised if this hand goes and sees the river.
Yeah.
There's gonna be this is gonna be a crazy hand. I'm already
1,80,000.
a bit perplexed with exactly what we're going to see here. But Avijit, what's your plan?
1,80,000.
What did you float the flop with, and what are you going to do now when you faced another bet of 1,80,000?
Vivek is not the man you take him lightly. He doesn't like to slow down. Shove would be really good.
I'm gonna
by
get up
Avijit.
and maybe start shouting if he jams here.
I mean,
I'd be like-
we've
I'd be-
seen
wow.
Avijit take the straight road. Maybe
He's folded.
he, well, yeah, there we go.
I'm a little surprised with the call on the flop if he was going to fold on the turn and had no plan there. We're going to quickly go to the bust out interview and maybe discuss this hand again. See you on the other side, guys.
Hi guys, so here we are with Mr. Harshad Barve. So our second bust out. Please tell us about your hand. What went wrong?
It was a standard one person had opened, one person limped, called that, and then I had ace queen off from the big blind which I had to shove. I was any which way the shortest stack. I put it in, I was ahead. The initial opener called with king 10. I clipped my queen, but he clipped his king as well. So that's how poker goes, though. So.
Better luck next time. Yes. Please tell us about your whole IPC experience, how that was.
It has been superb. Like just landing at Bagdogra, driving all the way here, which was a super drive though. And the hotel here, just coming down and start playing. This is something new for us in
I was
India.
just coming to that, Nepal being the, the new spot after 2 years we're here. So the whole vibe of the place, how do you find it?
It has been great because, like, unfortunately, we didn't get much time to go out and see what it is because we've been grinding all the time. But yeah, the weather is better than what it is in India right now because we are up in north, I guess.
But do you prefer Goa or Nepal more?
I prefer both. any poker tournament is good. So yeah, we are heading to Vietnam from here for another series. So let's see.
Thank you so much, Harshad, and all the best for your future. Thank you so much. Thank you.
We are back with the live action Queen Anne versus Queen Jack between Yuvraj and Abhishek there. Cut off versus Big Blind.
What's up?
It's a King Eye board, King 4 deuce.
Check.
Coming back to the last hand, Prajit,
I'm a little
our viewers really
surprised.
want to know your thoughts on that.
I mean, here's the thing. I really don't think a backdoor, straight backdoor flush is enough there to be calling a check raise without a plan, right? I mean, if you really have a plan and the 4 comes in on the turn, then you maybe want to continue on the turn as well. But if your ideal scenario was to think that Vivek is going to stop barreling on the turn after you call his check raise on the flop and then fold on the turn is just basically losing chips. It's a minus EV call there on the flop, in my opinion. I'm not trying to be too harsh here, but I'm only trying to get answers. Because calling that flop with the Queen 7 and then folding on the turn is a little too difficult for me to understand here. I would have totally understood the fold on the flop.
Just a small advice for the new players that when you're on a final table, you do not make evil plans versus the best player on the table. You just play simple, take the straight road. If you want to go on the curvy road, as I mentioned before, take it against players who are not as experienced as Vivek Singh.
Fold.
Sarada
is like really angry. I feel like she's gonna get up and give the dealer a tight slap.
I think now her demand is not going to be for the deck to be shuffled. Most likely her demand is going to be for the dealer to be changed. Let's shuffle the dealer.
She's like, too bad भाई मैं shuffle करती हूँ मैं काट दूंगी तू बैठ side में.
Right. Avijit.
अक्सी किसी को
There's a raise to
किसी को
50,000.
टी के लिए बोलता ना मिल्क टी के लिए
Is there any break in the
service
final
over?
table? Any break?
Yes, sir. After 45 minutes.
Ladies and gentlemen, if you've just tuned in, this is the India Poker Championship
Call.
final table for the Mystery Bounty Tournament, 15,000 buy-in. We started with 8 players and now we're down to 5.
We see a flop of 4-4 deuce and Avijit spiking his pair of deuces on the flop against Vivek Singh button open.
30,000.
Do we go upstairs here, Prajan, with King Deuce?
Anybody?
I'm definitely calling this board with my backdoor spades and the 4-4 deuce. I wouldn't want to raise this because when I do get raised again by my opponent who has position over me and also has a better range, I just lose out on my equity. Just calling here makes sense to me, and he does exactly that. It's again a very good card for the
Check
big
or
blinds
back
range. Vivek also has picked up some equity
Check.
here because the 5 is going to really help him. Check by Avijit. Another battle between Avijit and Vivek. You can see that in the split screen. Both of them just staring down at each other like they're in love.
Round 2. Vivek can really go either ways here. He can elect to bet, picking up more equity, or he can check, but he is an aggressive player, guys, as I've mentioned before, and that is what we're going to see from him. He is deciding to bet this, putting maximum pressure on the big blind,
150,000.
Avijit Singh.
1,50,000.
What do you do here, Prajit, facing two barrels with
Very
a pair
tough.
of deuces only on a 4-4 deuce? Because Vivek here can really have all the
Yeah,
overpairs.
Vivek's repping all the bigger pairs. He's repping all the big pairs now. You know, it all comes down to if Avijit understands how Vivek plays. If he knows Vivek the way you do, if he's played enough with Vivek online, if he understands that Vivek is an aggressive player, then I would see a call here. Or maybe sometimes a raise on the flop is well against a player that aggressive, right?
This
But
bet is really,
He does
designed
make
to
the
like
call.
really target that deuce X because he has
Yeah.
elected to bet 150 in a pot of 200.
now, this is very scary for Vivek though, because he's gotten a call for his 150 on the turn, and now he needs to start speculating because Vivek does have a lot of 4x's in his big blind defending range.
And the river,
And the ace comes in.
and the river has an SPR of 1.
Yeah. Absolutely, it's an exact SPR of 1. Avijit.
Do you
Does
think
not know
Vivek
that
is
he's
pulling
good.
the trigger?
He does not have any showdown value.
Later, we'll
He
go
knows his
into
queen high
our
is
team.
not.
Okay.
He knows his queen high is not good here. I mean,
Well,
there are not too many draws that
5-3
Avijit
gets there.
continues.
5-3 gets there.
Yeah. 5 deuce if he was playing with gets there. 5-4 was already beating him.
Yeah, 4 is already
a couple
there.
of cards get there, but he also needs to know that if he rips, what kind of hands is he targeting? What kind of hands is he going to get folds from? But at this point in time, let's not forget what brilliant play. 2,05,000, I believe, is the bet size there by Avijit. He leads out.
Does Avijit really decide to go for value or a bluff? I'm really confused here. That
This
what
is
this
not
bet.
for- I don't think this is for value.
I just don't get this bet. Like, what is
Yeah.
he trying to do with this bet? I'm
He
really
could have gone
confused.
smaller if he wanted to go value. He could have just gone 100,000 there.
Is he blocking here?
I mean, I meant to say if he was putting in a blocker bet, he could have then gone smaller. He could have just put 100,000. Even if a blocker bet of that size is also pretty big, in my opinion, he could have just gone 100,000, 110, 120,000, maybe there in 500,000 chips. He just went upwards of 200,000, slightly more than that. I really don't think if Vivek decided to rip it in,
Full triple.
Avijit would have just called
30,000.
the remaining 300,000 would had to fold there. But
Basically,
wow.
Avijit gave him a free door to just
To
go
just
out
joke.
of the hand.
Yeah, and rip.
Feels like more of a scared poker to me, to be honest with you. I think I'm going to be really harsh here. I think Avijit wasn't ready to call a shove, so he decided I'm going to put 200k, and if Vivek plans
rips,
to
I'm
come
gonna
over the top,
fold.
I'm just going to fold,
Yeah.
which is not my game. It's a bit of a scared poker, which I am not a big fan of.
They're all in.
Never been.
There's a king queen for Sarla finally picking up a hand, and
70,000.
Vivek has the sixes there. He's definitely going for that bounty. He's not getting away.
I think he's going to raise and not choose to go
Yeah.
all in.
Yeah, absolutely. He doesn't want to risk someone else, especially Avijit, waking up with a massive hand behind.
Yeah.
And he's taking the count.
Like this is like 20 and this is like 5, 25, 225.
225 with the orange chips. Around 18 orange chips as well. 15, 16.
And this 5,
Seems like 500.
like 150, 150,
3,
300,
550.
425.
I have around
You want to make it like around 170, 180k here and then fold to a shove.
Yeah, I could just min click as well.
Yeah, you can click 140.
I
as
would
well,
just go
yeah.
140 here, and then obviously I don't waste too many chips, and
But then
somebody rips it on me.
Then it's like 2 BB. So Sarla is actually jamming for 2 big blinds. You min click it 4 BBs,
Yeah.
right? And then you give big blind an insane price to call because of the bounties involved.
Call 70,000.
Well,
It's just make
this
the
is
call
also
of
fine
7,000.
because sixes are like
He's going to invite Abhishek definitely in the pot with
Yeah.
his king jack.
Now the problem starts if Abhishek decides to raise, but let's see what he decides to do here.
2,25,000.
He has raised to 2,25,000 now.
Abhishek is really picking
That's-
on fights
That's
with
actually
Vivek.
really good news
Yeah,
for
yeah, yeah.
Sarla. Sarla.
Yeah.
Amazing news for her.
Well, we did see Abhishek 3-bet Vivek earlier with ace 3 off, and now he's
Yeah.
doing it with king jack off.
700. आपको 2,25,000 में
155 more in a pot
With
worth
155, then he calls, I reckon. Okay. I don't know. I'm not folding this one when I call.
He has to call here, in my opinion. It's also not a huge raise. He has to
Yeah.
put in about 5 more big blinds.
5 more.
To win 15 big blinds, 18 big blinds.
Yeah, I mean, he's getting 3 to 1. He requires 25% equity there. And a 3-way pot
For
when he
one-
knows that one player, Sarla, is already all in.
Yep.
And there's a bounty involved.
70.
So
Well-
there's more leverage.
If there's a king or a queen, Sarla will be getting a triple up.
Absolutely. But if there's a 6, we
And
may
it's-
lose 2 players on a king high board with a 6.
And she's not a fan of a 6. We all know that.
Triple hand, triple up hand you were talking about.
50 or sir. 50 more.
She's not happy. She's got two
looking a
callers.
bit nervous there. But listen, I don't blame her. She's looking for a triple
Player,
up.
one player all in.
Jack 6-10.
Yeah,
Something for everyone.
that'll be sick. I see some
Your
picture
turn, sir.
cards.
Check.
It's
I see a
king,
6.
Jack 6. We're done. We're through. We're gonna see a double bust out in this hand.
Yeah.
I guarantee you that we're gonna see a double bust out if things do not. If the board doesn't pair to have another 6 or another king or a jack there.
Vivek is just
We're gonna
going to
see a
check
double
here.
bust out. That is gonna. This is one of the most sickest flops I've seen in the longest time. Giving top 2 to Abhishek and giving the bottom set to Vivek. Abhishek in his entire life is not putting Vivek on 6s there. This is sick. I've got no words right now.
I'm just going to sit back, let you enjoy the show, guys.
Yeah. Oh my god. I don't know how to keep my mouth shut, guys. I'm just gonna keep talking. Oh my god.
85,000.
There's Vivek quickly checks there with his bottom pair, bottom set, and Abhishek has just put in 1,85,000. And listen, he's left behind with 1,97,000. Vivek knows what he's left behind with. Vivek is going to most likely going to call him all in, and he does exactly that. And there's a call. It's King Jack versus pocket 6s. It's one of the sickest hands that I've seen in a long time. And Sarla must be thinking her King Queen is good here, but it's not. Oh my God. Brutal. Yeah, that's the word. Listen, he still has equity. He still has about 13% chances. Sarla does have the backdoor spades as well.
Ace of spades.
And ace
On
of
the turn.
spades.
Queen, queen.
Yes, sir.
How can you call?
Oh,
Yeah, spades.
Abhishek asking Vivek, how can you call pre-flop? I mean, he's going to ask him, how can you raise me with King Jack off?
Nice one, bro.
are we going to see a double bust out here? We're down to 5 players already. Are we going to be down to 3 momentarily? This is super exciting. It's King Queen versus 6s versus King Jack. 6s are way ahead because they are the only ones that has a club in it as well. He's got
king or a
92%
jack
chance.
on the
Sarla is
river?
definitely out.
We are going to find it out. And
Wow.
Vivek takes it down.
Wow.
He's
What
going to
a
get 2
hand.
bounties, knocking out
What
2 players
a
in one
hand.
hand.
What a hand, ladies and gentlemen. That is one of the most set up hands that I've seen on a final table in a long time. Look at that
Such a
flop.
simple
King,
no
Jack,
flop.
6. 3 players coming in with King, Queen, pocket 6s and King, Jack. Top pair versus top 2 versus bottom set.
Well, he won
Wow.
the hand with a 6 high flush, though.
Yeah. Wow. We're down to 3 players with Sarla coming in at 5th position, locking in 58,800 for herself, and Abhishek Jain busting out in 4th position with taking back home 76,000 rupees for himself. And here we have the top 3 players with a guaranteed amount of 1,16,600. But the man of the hour, man of the moment, Vivek is now going to secure and pull out 2 bounty chips for himself from that pool. What do you have to say about that?
Well, I got to say, I really hope Vivek picks up 97,100 bounty from that bowl. It's going to be exciting. Well, last hand we just saw an action-packed flop.
Wow.
Vivek flopping a set. our lady, our female player on the table, flopping top pair, and Abhishek.
Abhishek with the
flopping
top
top
two.
two.
I don't know how he gets away.
And
I
then
really
Vivek.
don't know how he gets away.
And then Vivek won the hand with 6-high flush.
Wow, with the flush eventually, but wow, I think he had them just crushed to their bones on the flop itself, and he's gonna pull out 2.
I'm really
And
telling you, Prajit.
What do you have, Vivek? Can we see the first one? Show to us. Come close to the camera. You can.
Do not tease us, Vivek.
Why is he going back to his table?
Bring him.
Why is he gone back to his table? Can he show us what he has?
Somebody call him. We would
Come on,
really want to
brother.
see.
We'd love to see.
14,000. Oh, well, there's nothing as 14.
13. What's the other one? Another 13. I believe he's picked out both the 13,800s. 13. Oh, he's got a bunch.
There
Can we see all of them? Well,
Our
he's got
man
5
Vivek
bounties.
Singh flaunting the bounties that he has acquired in this final table. On this final table, my bad, sorry. Wow, what a hand that we just witnessed, Prajit.
With that, we're down to 3, and everyone is guaranteed 1,16,600. We've got the doctor, the entertainer. We've got Avijit, who came as a short stack, doubled up again, maybe doubled up again, and he's got, I don't even know how many chips does he have right now. And then we have Vivek, who's a massive chip leader, and also the most experienced player on the
all
table.
in.
He has ripped it in.
You know, in the last hand, there are 3 people that are very happy, Prajit. Well, at
Yeah.
least 2,
Yeah.
maybe 3. One is Vivek.
Yeah,
The other is me.
yeah.
I'm not sure about you because he has knocked out 2 players, making sure that this final table wraps up quite quickly.
Yeah. I mean,
So
look at
we are
that.
all freshen up for tomorrow's final table for the main event.
Absolutely, which is at 1 p.m. sharp. We already told you the lineup. It is a sick lineup with top-level poker players, and we don't expect anything less than that on a India Poker Championship main event final table. That's going to happen.
We have
That's
a
gonna
bracelet
happen
winner
tomorrow,
on
yeah.
the final table.
This
We
is
have Siddhant Kriplani.
Oh, that's an aggressive guy, and I
Yeah.
told you my money is on him. I really enjoy commentating, watching him play, and even playing
Your
with
turn,
him.
sir.
He's just brilliant.
We
What he
have a poker veteran, Sumit Sapra,
Yeah.
Neharika Bindra,
Yes, sir. She's been playing poker for.
Siddhant Sangvi, Peter Punter,
Yes, sir.
Raju Bhaiya. We have a Raju Pai on the final table as well.
And we have Thakur Ji.
We have Thakur Ji as well.
And
I'm pretty sure Manisha is gonna come and rave him for tomorrow.
yeah, Vivek on the small blind. Queen Jack with 1.7 million. Literally all the chips to play for.
1,05,000 sir total.
The 3 players fighting for 3,14,900 Indian rupees. They're logged in 1,16,600 and the bounties that they've acquired already. I was talking to Vivek earlier before, and he was telling me that he's gonna go on a break after this series and grind IOPC from his home. Well, I think before he reaches home, he's gonna go and party with his friends. Hopefully, he invites me
Definitely.
too.
Small big.
He deserves to, but before that, he needs to wrap this tournament up and get his hands on that trophy, because we may
That
be
10 kg
speaking-
trophy.
Yeah, we may be speaking too soon.
Yep.
Because anything is
They're all
possible in
in.
poker. He's on the button. He's gone all in with his 2 days. He knows exactly how to maneuver this stage of the tournament. There's King 3 with Avijit on the small blind.
Shoving 30 bigs because Avijit has 9 lakh chips.
Fold.
I feel like he could actually raise here, then actually jam because Avijit has 30 big blinds here.
That would be a big dent on his chip stack.
Yeah. Because when you're jamming 30 bigs, are you really jamming aces, kings, queens?
Never.
Or ace king, ace queen, maybe ace jack, you're not even jamming those hands. And that creates a problem. That creates a problem for you to balance your range. I mean, your range becomes so face up. I believe we still have a bounty that is worth 97,100, guys. And for those who do not want to miss the final table coverage of the main event tomorrow, I would really advise you to subscribe to the YouTube channel. Click that bell icon so that you do not forget to tune in tomorrow.
Small, big.
Knowing Vivek, if he reaches heads up, there's unlikely that he would make a deal. He doesn't like to make those deals. He likes to play heads up.
Fold.
Vivek waking up with pocket threes in small blind.
Player all in.
Decides to jam for 30 bigs. Avijit showing him 7 suited.
Come on, the boy.
I believe that is Kunal Patni's voice that we hear in the background. Action is folded to the blind, guys. Avijit has
They're
king
all in.
7 in small blind, and Yuvraj Singh has the decision with jack 4 suited in the big blind. Let's see what the doctor's gonna do. The doctor's gonna fold his jack 4 suited.
We're gonna cut out to Sarala's bust interview right now, guys.
Hi guys, so here we have our another burst out, Mrs. Salla. Well, tell us about your experience of the whole event and the whole poker thing.
No, actually it was really good. But only thing is like, I had a card dead. Like, I really didn't like, hitting any cards or like, not getting good hands. And I was not sure of playing today, but thanks to Gutshot magazine, they asked me they just gave me a free ticket because it was really frustrating the other 2 days. Right. But today was not bad. Actually, at least today.
Yeah, you made it till top 8, which is great. Yeah.
That's true. Like, it was a dream to sit on the final table and like that came true.
Today that dream
Yeah,
came true.
that's true. That's true. And IPC has always been my lucky tournament.
Wow,
Yeah,
that's great, I
Yeah.
think. So what do you think about the whole experience with the place, Nepal, and the vibe of the whole city?
It's been pretty good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Did you get to explore?
No, actually, when we come to play poker, it's only poker. Like, once we finish the tournament, then again I go sit on the cash table. So, not really. But I've come for the treks and I've already seen Nepal, like, So, I've done the base camp and everything. So, it's not like, I was really looking forward to go explore it. Yeah.
All right. Thank you. Thank you so much.
Thank you for that lovely interview conducted. Now back to the action, guys. Vivek just dominating them left, right, and center. He's moved up to 2 million chips.
I just feel like he doesn't need to open jam those hands. I either he's got Avijit's stacks wrong. I think that he can actually open, considering Avijit has 28, 29 big blinds.
Vivek on the button with 9-7, definitely opening this hand. That's an open of 60,000.
Raise.
Avijit has a decent playable hand. The question is, does he want to 3-bet this hand. 3 ways.
I would just really want to call here, considering that he's got 28 big blinds and Yuvraj doesn't have a stack. Well, he has decided to fold, considering Yuvraj is literally
Really short.
down to 9 bigs.
Yeah.
But I still think having 28, 29 big blinds, he can actually afford to call with Queen 10 suited and play post flop. Maybe Vivek has already scared him, doing a lot of check raises
Call.
And here we see Raj just making the call.
with 5-3 offsuit.
I think any connected with the with the board, we're going to see Raj just go all in, and he does
Well,
have 2 pair here.
what
Wow.
a connection, Project. What a connection
He's
on
gonna get
ace
paid
high
here.
board.
At least one
Vivek
streak.
is gonna go bet,
Yeah.
bet, bet. The only thing is Yuvraj has to just go call. The moment he says I'm all
35.
in or a raise, Vivek is gonna say okay, thank you. I will
Right.
see you in the next hand.
I'm all in.
Player all in.
He's actually targeting and hoping that Vivek does have
4.
an ace there, and which he does not. Avijit with the 4 deuce on the button. He's got 28
Fold.
bigs, letting it go. Yuvraj with the king queen on the small blind. I think he is definitely not folding this hand.
The blinds are gonna go up the next hand, guys. And Yuvraj Singh, the Dr. G, has king queen of hearts in the small blind.
They're all
Chooses to
in.
go
He's gone all
all in.
Vivek can't call with that.
Vivek really hoping
Blinds out.
that he is playing
Card.
blackjack if he's gonna see 8-3
Yes,
so that he can double his bet. But he's not gonna make that call with 8-3 offsuit. Rajat, I'm really excited to see Vivek on this final table, and you know what? This is the first time that my pick hasn't gone out first.
Yeah,
Small blind.
that's also because you picked him first.
Well,
if you let me pick somebody,
well, I gave you that chance in the previous tournaments and I lost badly. So like there is no way I'm gonna give you that opportunity today.
Yuvraj with pocket fives on the button. The blinds have gone up to 20,000, 40,000, so that means he does have 12 and a half big blinds only. And a pocket pair is too strong in this situation, 3-handed, so he's gonna let it rip, in my opinion. By let it rip, I mean go all in, guys. If you were wondering what that means,
I'm all in.
he is
You're
all
all
in. Vivek has deuces there. Wow, this could be a disaster for Vivek if he makes that call and he does not understands the dynamics of the game. He knew he was behind there. And
Vivek
would do-
clearly realizing that he is going to be either flipping or going to be in a really bad shape against Yuvraj. Open jam here from the button. Correctly folding his pocket deuces. Even though it's a bounty tournament, you really don't want to double up a stack that can damage you later on. I think Yuvraj Singh recreated a Bollywood, kind of a Bollywood, I would say, a clip, considering all the poker players. I think it was a terrific creation by him and his team. And we really hope that we get to see more of it. Vivek Singh opening up with King Queen
Please arrange.
of diamonds on the button, covering up both the players.
Me card arrange bola. 80,000.
Elects to min open with his hand. Avijit, Jan deciding what to do with King 7 offsuit from a small blind, considering Vivek is going to be opening quite a bit. But I'm pretty sure if Avijit decides to 3 bet, we'll see Vivek either call or 4 bet here. But the only.
Raise 230.
And
2,30,000.
we have seen Avijit going to 3 bet Vivek's open with King 7 offsuit from the small blind.
Yeah, he's gonna hear back from Vivek.
I think Vivek's either gonna call or go all in here. Because now Avijit has got about 700k and Yuvraj has about 530. And King Queen is just a beautiful hand, a very strong hand, 3-way. And he might be under the assumption that players are gonna try to play back at him because he has been opening quite a bit. He has that aggressive tag on him.
What's Dr. Yuvraj thinking? Thinking of folding. Took his own chip count, let his cards fly. Vivek. Listen, he's definitely calling, but I'd love to see some.
यहाँ पे आई थिंक विवेक कुछ भी कर सकता है. यहाँ पे कॉल भी कर सकता है, जैम भी कर सकता है. फोल्ड तो नहीं करेगा वो, जहाँ तक मैं जानता हूँ उसे. एंड यप, डिसाइड्स टू कॉल एंड प्ले इन पोजीशन पोस्ट फ्लॉप.
King eye board. It's going to be the end for Avijit, in my opinion. The SPR is already won. There's a what a
Check
board for
or bet,
Vivek.
sir.
It's just a sick board for Vivek, and it's also the second pair for Avijit there with his 7. Vivek's got the diamond draw with the top pair with the king kicker. I mean, he's got 93% equity there. Avijit, this is going to be an ICM blunder if Avijit just makes a move because Vivek's not folding this.
I feel Prajit, these two, Avijit and Vivek, has some dynamics because Avijit has been taking always the straight road against all the other players, but when it comes to Vivek, he always takes the curvy road, always takes the aggressive route,
1,45,000.
and he wants to go at it versus Vivek. But I mean, you do not actually want to pick up the fight with the best player on the table, the chip leader on the table. So I'm assuming that these two have some table dynamics that we are not aware of, because Avijit has been playing quite snug versus other players, but when it comes to Vivek, he has just been quite aggressive.
It's going to cost him this time around.
Well,
I don't see Vivek just calling this. I mean, he could with so much equity there.
I think he's just going to call here, keep all the bluffs that Avijit has. He has a hand that has equity to call turn, call like he has equity to call the river. He's got top pair, flush draw. He's got everything on this flop, basically. The question is, will Avijit stop on the turn or not?
Heads up. Your turn, sir. Check or bet.
He's
You're
gone
all
all
in.
in. He's going to see the bad news.
Call on your back, sir.
He's got nothing. He's got the pair of 7
He's
there.
got 2 outs.
King is not good. 7-7 only. He just went completely out of line there, in my opinion. He was second in chips. Yuvraj was really far behind him, and he's gone totally out of line at a position in a tournament where he just absolutely should not be getting into a pot of that magnitude with that depth with the chip leader. And that's the end of the road for Avijit there. And he's come third in this tournament, and he bags a big amount of 1,16,600 for himself. But listen, I'm a little surprised with how this hand played out. It is what it is, guys. Avijit, Jain losing to Vivek Singh there. And Vivek is just going to throw out all the paper and just pull out that bounty card in there. And love to see what he has. He's gone back to his table. He's going to show it from there. And all the chips just moving in his corner. And guys, it's between Yuvraj and Vivek now. Second place is guaranteed 1,94,300 and first place is 3,14,000, and he just got a bounty of 12,300. Another bounty, maybe he had 5 more before this, and this is the 6th bounty that he's picked up. Brilliant display of poker there
Break.
by Vivek. and we are going to cut out for a break, and after that we're going to have the photo op, we're going to have the introduction of these two players, and we're going to have the heads up battle between Yuvraj and Vivek on the other side.
Accelerator.
Hi guys, welcome to day 2 of 100k high roller event of IPC Megastacks 2022. Well, at the pause of the clock of day 1, we had some 156 entries, but now we have a total registration of 163, which gives us a huge prize pool of 1.63 crores. Well, isn't that a huge amount? All the pros were in high action, but along with that, our celebrities have also played really well. After 2 days of intense gameplay, we got our final 8 high rollers. The final table was studded with some highly ranked poker players of India, as the performance reflected. And finally, we had our winner of our 100k high roller event, Mr. Alok Biriwal, who won 40.71 lakhs. According to the ICM deal they made with the runner-up, Mr. Arsh Grover. We had also organized the chopper ride. Well, the players and the celebrities took it, and even I did, and it was absolutely amazing.
Wow. One, two. Falk Accelerator. Wow. Wow.
We had some other events also going on. The main event 1A, where we saw 170 entries, and by the end of the day, we were down to 55 players. Well guys, there is a lot more action coming up your way. This is Palak Purswani from IPC Megastacks signing off.
Addictive.
1,
Hello and welcome to another exciting day of IPC Megastacks 2022. Well, today is the main event, Flight 1B, where we got total registration of 164 players. While combining the registration of Flight 1A and 1B, we got total registration of 334. So guess what? We've crossed the GTD mark of the main event. Yes, exactly. The prize pool of the main event is staggering 2 crores 40,000. So now we're down with 45 players from the main event 1B and 53 players from the main event 1A. So that means we have total 98 players who will be fighting for a humongous prize pool of 2 crores 40,000. So now you guys can imagine how exciting this battle is going to be. Well, I am super excited, but you guys stay tuned. Well, this is Palak Purswani from IPC Megastacks 2022 signing off. India Poker Championship Megastacks 2022 is here. We have an exciting lineup of live events spread over 7 days, offering guaranteed colossal prize pool worth 3.5 crores with 4 top-notch events, along with some satellite packages, free rolls worth rupees 70 lakhs. Let the battle begin. Get in the game. Welcome back. As we all know that we're down to our final two players of 15 key mystery bounty event of IPC Megastacks. As expected, we had a lot of fun on the table and now we're ready to begin the heads up battle. The chip leader is Vivek Singh. And we have Yuvraj Singh. Well, the winner will take home 3.14 lakhs with a bounty and the runner-up takes 1.94 lakhs. So all the best, guys. Let the mystery continue.
Guys, you heard it from Palak and we have 2 plays left. And it's one of those exciting times, man. 3 lakh plus, 1 lakh 94 for the second, 3 lakh 14,000 for the first, along with the bounty. You chose Vivek. And you obviously were right. He is in the top 2. It's the battle of the Singhs here. Vivek versus Yuvraj Singh. What's up?
Battle between two Singhs.
And let's go to the final table.
Yep.
Let's see the live action.
I think, Prajit, I've decided that the heads-up commentary, I'm going to do it completely in Hindi.
Okay.
Challenge myself. Well, not challenge myself. I like it Hindi. So something for the viewers.
आइए पेश कीजिए फिर क्या कहना चाहेंगे आप?
अच्छा आपने भी कर लिया ये पैक्ट आपने भी बना लिया उसको
I'm going to keep continuing the English commentary whereas you can obviously we can have like a multilingual thing going on here for our audience.
युवराज यहाँ पे आई थिंक इसके पास 15 बिग ब्लाइंड है. क्वीन 4 ऑफ डिसाइड्स टू फोल्ड.
विवेक को वॉक मिलती हुई.
यहाँ बूम बूम होने वाला है प्रजत. 15 बिग ब्लाइंड वर्सेस ये बड़ा स्टैक है. यहाँ बूम बूम होने
वाला. मेरे को लगते हैं इंग्लिश वर्ड है. आपने यहाँ पे चीटिंग
धमाल होने वाला है. धमाल.
धमाल ठीक है.
बड़ा धमाल.
Vivek on the button, which is also the small blind.
अगर ये विवेक ने हैंड कोशिश भी करी ना खेलने की तो समझ लो कि वो 100% रेंज खेलने वाला है. कुछ फोल्ड नहीं होने वाला है वहाँ पे.
Option, sir.
Yuvraj with pocket fours, I think he's going to rip this in.
चौकियाँ आई हैं पॉकेट फोर्स युवराज के पास एंड ये हैंड पे जैम होने वाला है.
Definitely. I don't see any other way of playing this hand here.
आपके पास 11 बिग ब्लाइंड है. लगभग 11 बिग ब्लाइंड और पॉकेट फोर्स हैं.
They're all in. Fold.
There was an all-in by Yuvraj and he takes it down.
आई थिंक वहाँ पे आप 6 डूज तो फोल्ड कर सकते हो.
कर सकते हो.
बट वो विवेक है.
हाँ बट उसको थोड़ा भी ढील नहीं देना होगा शायद.
हाँ वो कह रहा है मैं खेलूंगा भाई. पोस्ट फ्लॉप खेलूंगा चाहे जो मर्जी हो. मैं ओपोनेंट खेलूंगा. मैं अपने कार्ड्स नहीं खेलूंगा. मेरे पास इतने सारे चिप्स हैं. मैं खेलने आया हूँ यहाँ पे. सो युवराज द गुची गैंग.
Yes sir.
विवेक सिंह द पोकर गुरु गैंग.
Jacket there for Yuvraj on the button. On the button.
लिम्प कर सकते हैं यहाँ पे युवराज. रेजिंग थोड़ा क्वेश्चनेबल हो जाएगा. हाँ
छोड़ना भी थोड़ा क्वेश्चनेबल है. लिम्प ठीक था वहाँ पे मेरे को लगता है 13-14 बिग ब्लाइंड के साथ. ये क्वीन था विवेक के पास. शायद उन्होंने शक्ल पढ़ ली उनकी.
छोड़ना बिल्कुल ठीक था.
On the hindsight, everything is good. Jacket letting it go. Vivek getting a walk with his ace queen. Shouldn't be that happy with that. But
लगता है युवराज यहाँ पे एक ही स्ट्रेटजी से आए हैं कि या तो मैं ऑल इन जाऊँगा या मैं फोल्ड जाऊँगा. मैं लिम्पिंग तो करूँगा ही नहीं क्योंकि पता है उनको कि अगर लिम्पिंग करेंगे तो विवेक छोड़ेगा नहीं.
yeah, unless वो बहुत ही बैलेंस्ड
वो ट्रैप होगा तो
के साथ
हो
ट्रैप करेंगे लिम्प के साथ तो it'll be a very very beneficial thing for him. Now here we have Vivek. Very good hand on the button. 6-5 of clubs. It's got all the chips in the world to play with.
जैम आने वाला है. जैम आने वाला है.
And he has gone all in there.
जैम आ गया है.
And there's a king and a deuce with Yuvraj. In terms of equity, if you see, he's ahead and he has a very high card in his hand with that king.
यहाँ कॉल करना पड़ेगा मेरे हिसाब से बॉस. किंग सूटेड किंग है यहाँ पे. विवेक जैक एक्स क्वीन एक्स काफ़ी कुछ रख रहा है. यहाँ कॉल बनता है.
Correct. He's thinking about it. He's obviously not let it go quite easily. And there you can see that trophy right in the middle of the IPC Megastack 15K mystery bounty.
And यहाँ पे कॉल आ गया है युवराज सिंह से.
Vivek wins that hand and wins that trophy. If not, he's going to give a full double up to Yuvraj. This pot is already worth 1 million chips. And that would make this gameplay really, really interesting. It's King Deuce of Hearts versus 6-5 of clubs.
तो यहाँ
Yuvraj
पे
Singh versus Vivek Singh.
यहाँ पे विवेक सिंह जा रहे हैं ट्रॉफी के लिए.
There is a
Bounty
heart, there's
के लिए.
another heart, and it's a
two
two
hearts.
pair versus a flush draw. What is going on? It's got, I mean, it got the dealer smiling as well.
विवेक यहाँ पे सिर्फ होल्ड करेंगे तो उनको बाउंटी भी मिलेगा, आईपीसी का ट्रॉफी भी मिलेगा और पैसे तो मिलेंगे ही मिलेंगे.
Bilkul. And that's a full house. That is it. And that has cracked the King Deuce. And 6-5 for Vivek has done it. There's going to be a handshake most likely between these guys. Good game. A hug as well. Big respect there for Vivek. He came in as a chip leader. He continued as a chip leader. He built his stack up and he has just beat Yuvraj Singh for second place. Yuvraj for second place gets 1,94,000. And listen, Vivek gets another bounty. He obviously had maybe 5 or 6 other bounties as well. And the first prize of 3,14,900 there. Look at that man.
6 bounty
Not
है और
wasting
ये
any
last
time picking up
bounty
the
निकाल रहे
bounty
हैं.
card.
कितना बाउंटी है लास्ट वाला? वो अपनी सीट पे जाके शायद दिखाएंगे.
There you have it, the winner. That trophy right in the center is something that he would take back with him with a massive prize of 3,14,900 for the top first position along with all the bounties. Accumulatively, he might have won somewhere close to 5.5, 6 lakhs in my opinion, considering he had 6-7 bounties there and 6-7 bounties there, and he's picked up the 3,14,900 as well. It's just an amazing run for Vivek there. He came in as a chip leader, continued his chip lead, maybe got second in chips to Yuvraj a couple of times, got into a lot of tussles and back and forth hands with the player who came third, and came up on top with that King Queen versus King 7 hand. And now 6-4 of clubs, beating the King Deuce of Hearts. 6-5 of clubs. Beating the King Deuce of Hearts. It was a very, very good board for both the players, but he just wrapped it up by making a full house on the turn. Took down the trophy.
He didn't lose his composure. We saw how focused he was from the start of the final table, taking down the trophy, taking down the prize money, taking down the IPC title. I mean, this man is just a killer.
Absolutely. I mean, you had your money on the right person from the beginning. You understood his skill set. You understood the experience he comes with, and his resume as well. He's been an online reg. This, I believe, is his first live trophy as well. These trophies live are really, really elusive. You can see that trophy there. It's got the 15k mystery bounty written on it. It's got the IPC May 2022 Nepal written on it. It's the IPC winner trophy. Elusive, but now he has it. He's going to be really, really proud of that achievement.
Definitely. I think he's going to go home around 6 lakhs maybe, because considering last bounty was around 97,000. He already won a 50,000 bounty that I saw, और उनके पास 12,000 वाली भी 3-4 bounty तो थी. So that is like 48, 50, 97 plus.
Bilkul. There you can see the numbers. There's a 97, 100. I see a couple of 13,000s there. There's a 58,000 there as well. They're making the grand total of all the bounties that he is going to cash. I see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 bounties that he's picked up, and that's just a phenomenal performance considering there were only 14 bounties up for grab. Out of those 14, he's just run so good after the ITM bubble that he's just picked up 9 out of those 14 bounties, which is amazing. Even on this final table, he's responsible for busting out a couple of people. He's also responsible for that double bust out with the 6s versus King Jack versus King Queen hand. That's
Massive
something
hand.
that propelled him up there between all the players, and listen, he deserved to win. He's a very skilled player. He understands the bounty dynamics very well. Poker generally very well. Showed his class on the final table. Took down the trophy. It's never easy to come in with the chip lead and consistently crack it. But that's that.
I mean, he has been putting a lot of work in the lab that I know of, and he's been playing phenomenal online and offline. Just giving phenomenal performance day in and day out.
Absolutely. I just wanted to remind you guys that we're not done with the overall coverage of India Poker Championship. We still have the main event final table lined up for all of you, which is tomorrow at 1 p.m. sharp. We've got the final 8 players already set. They must be in their rooms resting right now for a big day at work tomorrow. We've got some known names there. We've got Peter Punter, Siddharth Singhvi. We've got Siddhant Kripalani. We've got
Aditya Shashant.
We've got Thakurji as well. If you were watching the stream, which was the feature table of the main event day 1B, we had a gentleman, Thakurji, who I remember winning with his pocket tens, who I remember winning with his pocket aces against pocket kings. Built up a stat from the very first day, made it to day 2, and cracked it open on day 2 as well to make it down to the final table. We also have Niharika Bindra there on the final table. There is a lot of action-packed poker still left in the India Poker Championship Megastacks live stream aspect. I mean, in terms of our coverage, it's been so much fun for us to be commentating, and I can't wait to commentate at 1 p.m. tomorrow for that final table.
Yeah, I mean, I'm really excited to see even Niharika Bindra playing on the final table, playing among all the boys, representing the female poker players that we have in the country.
Absolutely.
She's, if not the best, but one of the best.
Oh, she's not a joke. I've seen her play in the Poker Sports League as well. I've seen her play in most of the, the live tournaments that we see, and I'm not surprised to see her on the final table. It's something that I'm quite okay with the fact that she's made it, because she totally deserves to be here between the men and showing her class. I'm obviously going to be rooting for her tomorrow.
And even Sumit Sapra coming back from the break.
Absolutely.
I know that he's taken 3-4 months break. He was out traveling, and now he's back on the felts, showing the experience, showing the skill set that he has. And I'm really excited to see tomorrow's final table. I mean, this might be the end of today, but not the end of the journey. We still have tomorrow. We'll be live around 1 o'clock, I believe, on our YouTube channel.
Absolutely. And with that, I believe this is it for the coverage for today. And we are going to cut this short, and we will have the trophy presentation happening shortly at this point in time. This is it from me, Rajat Gambhir, and Akshay Kapoor.
Signing off.
अरे कपड़ा तो पहना हूँ, ये रॉन्ग म्यूजिक है, कौनो फिरकी ले रहा है, ये हमरा प्रॉपर्टी है, ये हमरा प्रॉपर्टी है।
ओए ओए खा पी के,
हाँ?
ये तुम्हारी प्रॉपर्टी नहीं है, ये आईपीसी की ट्रॉफी है।
देखिए भाई साहब,
हाँ?
इसको जीतने के लिए आपको खेलना पड़ेगा एक अद्भुत खेल, पोकर। पोकर समझते हैं ना? पोकर। आए।
अच्छा, ये पोकर का होता है। इन लोगों का हाथ पकड़ के डाउनलोड कर लेते हैं ससुरा।
समझ गए भाई साहब। आए।
हम खेलेगा।
तो चलिए शुरू करते हैं अपना पहला पड़ाव।
अरे ये क्या कर रहे हो? कहाँ बैठे हो? किसके साथ खेल रहे हो? कंट्रोल कंट्रोल खुदाई कंट्रोल। किसकी चांस है?
मजनू, आली रे आली, आता तुझी बारी आली। अबे मुर्गी के कौन है बे तू? जिस पे है दम पत्ते लगाओ, किंग हम। अबे किंगडम की थर्ड कॉपी तेरी तकदीर अच्छी है, क्योंकि जिस दिन अपन चिप्स उठाता है उस दिन गन नहीं उठाता, वरना अभी तक तो तेरी वाट लग चुकी होती।
स्वागत नहीं करोगे हमारा?
अरे भाई वेलकम वेलकम।
ये क्या है?
लाइव पोकर पेंटिंग। अरे इसी के लिए तो मैंने सब फुलझड़ी को बुलाया है।
अच्छा, कमाल करते हो यार।
झकास।
सर रेखा।
रेखा किधर है? रेखा रेखा।
अरे रेखा के आगे रखिए ना सर।
जी बिल्कुल बिल्कुल रखेंगे, क्यों नहीं रखेंगे। हाँ वैसे आपने भी अच्छी राय दी है। समझ गए कि नहीं समझे? समझ गए आप तो। अरे ये सब तो चाय कम पानी है। गॉड फोल्ड ऑल इन।
इसका हाथ
डॉन का पकड़ना मुश्किल नहीं नामुमकिन है। मगर भाई साहब, ओ भाई साहब, ओ मगर असली डॉन तो मैं।
ठप्पा कहाँ है? कहाँ है ठप्पा? ठप्पा कहाँ है?
नहीं।
कहाँ है ठप्पा?
पता नहीं, इनको मजाक सोच रहा है, मैं हार रहा हूँ।
ये ससुरा फिरकी ले रहा है का?
कब आएंगे अच्छे पत्ते? सुबह से ना किंग बटा है ना बटा है आधा ऐस।
तो फिर फाड़ के फेंक दो एक गड्डी और पहन लो लूजर का पट्टा अपने गले में।
अरे लूजर बोला? अरे मुझे गुस्सा आता तो मैं क्या करता हूँ, बता इसे जरा।
मेरा एक हाथ नकली है, मैं पोकर का बहुत बड़ा खिलाड़ी था, लेकिन भाई ने एक दिन टिल पे आके दांतों से मेरा हाथ काट दिया, लेकिन दिल के बहुत अच्छे
कभी कभी कुछ जीतने के लिए कुछ हारना भी पड़ता है, और हार कर जीतने वाले को
स्पार्टन कहते हैं।
अबे बिना रेक के हाउस गेम, तू क्या खर्चा पानी? डर गया?
अरे ये तो लुल प्लेयर है। ये रहा हमरा कॉल।
ब्लफ था।
हमरा कलर है, हमरा कलर है।
अरे ये तो मेरी गेम बजाने में लगा।
जीत गया हम।
बहुत ही उम्दा खेल रहे हैं आप जी।
पोकर में कलर नहीं, फ्लश बोलते हैं।
बोलो जुबा पोकरी। अनोखा स्वाद, क्या बात है। चलिए खेलिए। हाँ खेलिए, वेरी गुड। ला 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 ला।
ये मेरा कॉल। थप्पड़ से डर लगता है?
सेल्फ डिफेंस।
अबे सुन, हम तुमको इतना ब्लफ करेंगे, कंफ्यूज हो जाओगे कि मग कहां से करें और कहां से।
अच्छे पत्ते आ गए पापा। नट्स है। गोल। I win. कॉल पे कॉल मिलता है माय लॉर्ड, लेकिन पॉट नहीं मिलता। मैं आज भी फेंके हुए चिप्स नहीं उठाता।
ले लीजिए ना सर।
नो। क्यों टाक? नो मीन्स नो। कोई बात नहीं, मैं उठा लेता हूं, मुझे हैंडपंप लगवाना है। यह अशरफ अली का श्राप है। और जब यह 2.5 किलो का हाथ किसी पे पड़ेगा ना।
अरे लुल ससुरा, तुम अपना हाथ दो।
हाथा बाजी सटकली।
अरे तेरी, अरे कैसन गोला है, यहाँ तो कोनो हाथे नहीं पकड़ने देता ससुर।
Welcome back, guys, to the presentation ceremony of 15K Mystery Bounty event. Today, we witnessed some excitement and lots of fun on this table. And we have our winner. But before that, I'd like to call upon our runner-up, Mr. Yuvraj Singh here. Congratulations.
Thank you so much.
So, tell us about your thought process during the heads-up.
Heads up, I was pretty short, so I was looking for double ups, and eventually it didn't happen, but I enjoyed the game. Yeah.
And how about your overall experience with IPC? How was that?
Superb, marvelous. I enjoyed. This was my first live tournament after pandemic.
Wow.
Yeah, so I really had fun. You know, had the chopper ride, met so many old friends. It was really fun.
Did you see the rainbow during the chopper ride or the sunset?
No, I saw it from my balcony.
All right, that you did. All right. Oh, congratulations once again. Thank you so much, Mr. Yuvraj. Thank you. Now I'd like to invite on stage Mr. Ashwin Rao, who is Assistant VP of Spartan. Welcome. Hi. Now let's invite the winner of the grand bounty of 1.57 lakh, that is Abhishek Jain. Congratulations. How do you feel about winning the mystery grand bounty? What do you have to?
Really amazing because I just planned today morning itself to come to the tournament, and I won a single bounty, and that was the biggest bounty in the tournament.
Grand bounty.
Yeah. And it was much more than even my winnings, even after I was fourth. So it's like really great for me. It will really help me boost my bankroll a lot.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And congratulations. Woohoo! Thank you, and congratulations once again. And now our winner of 15K Mystery Bounty event who's taking home 3.14 lakhs. And the bounty, well, that is Vivek Singh. Yay! Congratulations. How are you feeling?
I'm feeling good. I'm feeling
Just good?
content, yeah. Content with a good day, so yeah, I'm happy.
How was your overall experience? Please share with us.
I always liked IPC events, so I had a great time. I think everything was organized well, and I just loved the poker which was here. And it's a very good floor, so it's comfortable to play, and I had a good experience.
And how many bounties did you win?
I think I won 9 bounties. Yeah, so it's a good one, yeah.
Great, great. Anything else? Anything about your experience or the place Nepal since we're back after 2 years? How do you like the vibe?
I just want live poker to grow in India, and I want more and more people to start coming and playing events organized by the operators, and yes, so...
Superb. Congratulations, and I'd request you to hand over the trophy to him. Give it a round of applause, guys. Congratulations. Thank you. Well, guys, आपकी है अब. Well, guys, that is all for now. This is Palak Purswani signing off.